are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the hit series Deadliest Catch. We have Captain Sig Hansen and Jake Anderson here with a preview. Thank you both so much for your time today.
Yeah, good to be here.
Captain Sig, let's go ahead and start. I mean, in 2004, this was supposed to be a 1 hour, one-off special, and now 20 years later, here we are.
20 years later, here we are. Who'd have thought? I thought it was just going to be a 1 hour special, and it was like a snowball going downhill, getting bigger and bigger. So it's unbelievable. It blows my mind, and I just love how people tell me, I mean, every time I leave my house, and somebody out there will say, they watch it with their family, either their mom and dad or whatever, and it just keeps going, and it blows my mind the way this thing has morphed. And I remember you from before, and I know that you're a fan.
I am a huge fan, yeah.
I know, because every time we do interviews, you got that big old smile on your face, and I love it.
I cannot wait. And one of the things that I love too is how reflective everyone is, and then looking back to the beginning of their start. And Jake, in 2006 is when you joined the show. You talked about your struggles at that time. What was it like kind of growing up on this series, especially looking back to maybe those first couple of seasons?
I remember the first season, I didn't even think Deadliest Catch was going to exist more than one season. And two, I didn't think I was going to exist in the fishery for more than one season. And it's just amazing to see a show watch somebody grow up and accomplish their goals and dreams. And I can't believe that it's season 20, because each year I think, oh, this is the last. There's no way this will keep going. And how could people be so interested in what we're doing? But it's been so phenomenal because it's helped me. It's helped the other people on the show. It's helped the crab fishing industry. It's helped fishing. It bring awareness to what fishermen and fisherwomen do and how hard it is to get that product to their plate. So it's raised the prices, and I just can't say enough about it. And it hasn't been easy for me, but I've always been honest about what I've been going through, which sucks for me sometimes, but I like people to know what we go through. It's a very difficult lifestyle.
And then speaking of things we haven't seen since the beginning, Captain Sig, the Derby style races are back for this season. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, Derby style is basically old school. The shotgun goes off and you only have so much time to go fish. And then they would close the season on us. That went away for safety reasons. So now with quota systems, we can stop if we have to. And, back in the day, I remember where Derby, crying out loud, I remember one season it was blowing steady 50 to 70 knots with gusts over 70. And we did not stop, not 1 minute. And it's just insanity. And it felt like that this last season while we were fishing. You've got big weather. El Nino played a big factor in that. And the reason they're saying this is Derby style is because we couldn't stop. We were under the gun to get our product in on time. And we had to keep the catch rate up. And so Fish and Game watches those numbers. We report how our fishing is, and we wanted to keep the numbers high so that they wouldn't shut us down. That was the reason for the mentality and the insanity we went through on this last season. Over.
And especially too, with the Red King crab fishery, reopening, that's sort of the catalyst for the season of, is there going to be enough product to go there, and who is going to get the most. So it's definitely very, very exciting.
So people
it wasn't even about competing against each other. In a way, we worked together because we had to, but it was all about the numbers. You're dealing with state and federal government, and it's all about the numbers to them. And so we had to show that those numbers existed, and that's the only way we can keep our jobs, to keep the season open. So you got to remember, we're professional liars. That's what I do for a living. And if we can fudge a little with Fish and Game, we're going to do it. We like to work with them, but I'll show you big numbers. It doesn't mean we have to do it nicely. We can do it in different ways.
Oh, exactly. And Jake, final thing here before we go, what was it like to see family members watch the series from the beginning, kind of seeing what your job, because I'm sure people ask, what's it like, but they don't necessarily realize what it's like until they see it on screen.
My mom won't watch the show. She's definitely afraid to watch the show unless I'm home. She'll watch it. But for me, it's been a wonderful experience because my family has watched me grow from, I mean, I was living with my mom before I was working with SIG. And then now I, operate these vessels and do pretty well financially. And it's amazing for my family to see, and it actually brings them hope, gives them reasons to fight for their own dreams.
That is amazing. Well, Captain Sig, Jake Anderson, thank you both so much for your time today. Deadliest Catch returns for the 20th season on Discovery Channel, June 11.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.